Hello, it's Ken Walker here. I gave the Craigieburn Camera Club a talk last Saturday, and I'm just following up with a few little details about BowerBird. I've now created the Craigieburn Camera Club project on BowerBird, and I'm just going to give you a few tips on how to join that and how to actually add some records to it. So once you've logged in to BowerBird, you will be able to simply go to projects and click on projects, and then go on down to the search button and type in Craigieburn or camera. Doesn't really matter which one you do. So let's type in the camera, and there we are. So we've got the Craigieburn Camera Club and we've got the World of Fungi. These down here, I've got mine joined already because I've already joined it, as well as I've joined the Fungi Club. But if you hadn't joined it, the word join would be there. Okay, so you simply click on the word join, and that will then make you a member of the Craigieburn Camera Club. At the moment, there's only one person and no images. And once you've done that, over here on the left, which is where your project list is, will come down to the Craigieburn Camera Club. And if you click on that, you'll see at the moment there's one member and no sightings, so there's nothing in there at the moment. It's just been joined, but there's your Craigieburn Camera Club ready for people to start adding to it. Okay, so how do we add a record? We go up to the top left-hand corner to where the camera icon is, and we simply click the Go button there. Now, to add an image is simply to add an image and then add a file. Okay, now I'm going to just play around and show you a few things. The other day I received an image from someone who asked me to identify this bee. Now I had a look at the image, and if I go into here, the image that I was sent was over almost 2.5 megabytes in size. And I have reduced it down to just 201 kilobytes, which is much smaller. It's about a tenth the size of it. How did I do that? Well, when I look into here and I go to the image and I go to image size, I see that the pixel size is indeed 2,303 by 1,541 pixels. That's a massive image. So what I did was I reduced it down to 1,000. Okay, and I've got it. This is exactly the same image over here, where I have reduced it down to 1000 by 669. I think that Karen was going to be giving a talk about Photoshop, how to use it next week or in the next month. So as I said, by doing that, so I saved by moving it from 2,500 down to 1000. I reduced the size of the image down to 201K as compared to 2,382. Now we can go into BowerBird and let's add those images. Let's go to the very short one. I've got the reduced there. This is the 201, and watch how long it takes for it to upload. So I can click on it, and then here we are. It's adding up. Bang! It's there. Then I can go back in and let's add the big one. So here's the big one, and watch. Still gets there, takes a bit longer, but it's a big image in there. If you want, I can remove these images. You simply click on the down arrow there and say remove, and go in and remove as well. One of the things you can also do is to put in multiple images at the one time. So I've got all these images here. I've got these I've got these 4 images here, which are all JPEGs of a native bee nest. So notice what I've done. I've simply highlighted the top one, I've highlighted the bottom one, and I've held my shift button down. Now that will upload these images as one go. So I put them into here. It says adding 5 images. And here are the images that are being uploaded as we speak. So multiple images you can do, and you can do as many as 20 images at a single time in that. You put in some kind of title, and here I would have put in something like Sugar Bag Bee Nest Attacked by Beetles. Okay. Now let's just say that we found these at one of your favorite places, the Woodlands Historic Park. Okay, well, I can just copy that and then bring it back into here. back into here, and I'll put into, this is where I've got to put a latitude and longitude in for the location. And I can just simply put in the Woodland Historic Park, and automatically it knows where it is. So here we are, Greenvale. It pops it on there, and it automatically puts in a dot on the map. Let's go in and investigate that dot. I can convert this to the satellite image, and I can expand the map. I can either use the increase button, or I can just simply use the roll button on my, now I can roll up all the way like this, and then at any time I can play, just say center the pin, and I'm right back over here. So here's Craigieburn just over to the right. There we are, Craigieburn just to the right, the Craigieburn Public Course, and here's the Woodland Historic Park. Now I can increase that even more, center the pin, and if you knew whereabouts, which drive you were on, you can simply move this pin and move it to wherever you like. And notice down the bottom here, the latitudes and longitudes are changing as I'm moving it around. Okay, so you can actually, if you know which tree, you can even go on down to the tree. So if I go like that, I can say, oh, okay, I found it over onto this tree, or I found it on that tree there. And you can actually mark it to the tree, and that will give you a very accurate one. You can also fuzz, of course, at any time you like there. Okay, now what I would simply do, I put in the images, I put in the title, then I would go and say the category and the invertebrates. Let's say, for example, that I took the picture last year. So I go back to 2000, or 2 years ago, 2012, and it might have been, for example, in, say, March. So that's it there. And then I add it to projects. Okay. Now this one here, I'll add it to the Australian bees. I'll add it to the insects and invertebrates, and I'll go right down the bottom and I'll add it to the Craigieburn Camera Club. So I'm putting this into 3 projects, which means that hundreds of people will get to see these images there. Okay, and then I would simply press save. I won't save it because I'm not going to keep this one here. But as I said, that's how simple it is to add a record to BowerBird. Okay, I'm going to cancel that out. There's been 2 new items have been added to it. While I'm not in here, but if I go back up to here, 2 new items have just been added. So let's have a look at this one. It's a lovely translucent thin shell washed up on a beach just north of Townsville. See it there, north of Townsville. So a lovely beach. We'll see if we're able to identify that. I've got, they say the shell could be a shark egg case, and I've got a number of people who work in the fish department. So we'll certainly go and ask them to see what their comment is on that. This is the way that you simply move around and have a look at them. At any time, you can look at either the timeline view, which is where you get, that was a minute ago, and here I identified something 37 minutes ago. I identified here something 45 minutes ago, and someone added, John Gemmell added something 2 hours ago. Or you can convert to the sightings view. And here's the sightings view, where you get 6 thumbnail images, and you can then move down very quickly and have a look through here. Other thing you can do in sightings is to search, and you can search for a name, or you can search for records that haven't been identified. So you simply click on that, and there, this one hasn't been identified, the one we're just having a look at. There's some weeds, there's some lichen, there's lots of, and here's an interesting one, a bee. I know about bees. So here Linda Rogan's got an Emagilla feeding on Trichodesma up in Porcupine National Park. And if you right click, you can reduce it, and you can see. So again, it's out from Townsville is where it is. Look at the Linda's put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 10, so 12 images. Linda has uploaded of this bee, and if you click on any of the images, you can see all of the different things. And it's quite useful when there's multiple images to be able to look at the stripes on the abdomen, and also looking at the face. And I can also here see the wing venation. So everything I need to tell me what the species is in these pictures here. So the way that I identify something is, and look, 2 people have voted this as a lovely picture. Okay. and if you want, you can even add it to your favorites. But 2 people have said, gee, I like this picture, and they voted it there. You can identify it by clicking the identify, and then you go down to identify a sighting, which brings you up this. There are several ways that you can do an identification. I can put in the species name, and I know that it's Cingulata, and that's come up with Amygdala, zone Amygdala cingulatus. Okay, I could put in Amygdala, and then I can put in zone, and that brings me down to zone Amygdala, and I can put it into there. Okay, or what I can do is go the lengthy way through the hierarchy. I can go from insects to arthropods to insecta to Hymenoptera, and these are now in the apids. And here we have the zone Amygdala, and there it is. There the species is down there. So like you can type in something, or you can go down all the way down there and you press done. That then adds the identification to it, and I might put a little comment, say lovely set of images, Linda. Okay. Now when I save this, it will become the top of the timeline. I go back into here. It tells me that 3 minutes ago, my time clock's a little bit out, I identified it and I added this image here, and it's above the possible shark egg case. So that's how the timeline works. Okay. So as I said, there we are there. And look, that's basically it. As I said, if I want to have a look at my different projects, I've got the Australian bee project down here. I click onto it and I open it up and I go into sightings, and I can see hundreds and hundreds of images of bees. Remember, there are 109 members and they've added 642 different records. I can go to the Australian mammals and have a look at those. I can go to the orchids and have a look at those. And of course, one of the things that if I go to the Australian bee one, and imagine this was the Craigieburn, and I go to the sightings module, I can take the URL at the top here. Okay, I'll take this URL and I'll copy it. Now I'm going to go out of BowerBird, close it up, and I'm just going to add a new tab, and I'm going to put in as an unregistered and unlogged in visitor that URL. So here we are here. I don't have any of the projects because I'm not registered in, but anybody can see any of these images here. And here's the one I used the other day. There we can see the full picture of it down there. So as I said, you can send that URL to anybody, or if you want to send just that URL of this single record, you can simply grab that. So if I grab that and I go and open up a new tab, so there we are there. Okay, I'm just going to log back in for a moment into BowerBird, because I just want to show you one other thing. Here we are here. Someone has already in between, someone has added a crocodile and someone has identified it there. So, whoa, the Russell Best has been up in the Daintree, which is really good. Now, what I want to show you though is if you go to your name and you click on your name and you say view my public profile, it will show you all of the identifications and all of the records that you have added along there. And of course, at any time, you can simply grab that URL at the top and send to anybody. Said, here's what I have added on BowerBird. So enjoy. I'm looking forward to seeing all of the records that come from the Craigieburn Camera Club. And please don't forget to contact me. My email is kwalker@museum.vic.gov.au if you have any problems. Thank you. Bye-bye.